Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well this morning. Welcome to the Daily Faith Builder. I want to talk to you this morning about the relationship between our time alone with God and our time with each other in Christian community. And there's the importance of these two. They're intimately connected in many different ways. We see throughout the entire Bible, Old and New, we see the importance of getting time alone with God and how that is intimately connected with our time with each other in times of fellowship. A couple just verses here to get us going. This morning in Matthew 6, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus tells us, but when we pray, we're to go to our room, shut the door, pray to our Father who's in secret. And our Father who sees in secret, he will reward us. So we always see this practice again as Jesus himself, who went to be alone with the Father. And later on in Matthew chapter 18, Jesus says, where two or more are gathered, right, in my name, I'm there with them. And so we see the importance of these two elements coming together. And so what I want us to really think about this morning is really, is my time alone with God, is it moving me towards seeing more the importance of my time in fellowship, intimate fellowship with others? And is my time in fellowship with others, is it moving me, encouraging me to have greater time with God? These two should feed upon each other. And so what I want to do is share a little bit out of Bonhoeffer again, A Life Together. He's got some amazing, insightful things about this issue, this interconnection between our time in community and our time alone. This is out of his third chapter in the book, A Life Together. It's called The Day Alone. He says this, let him who cannot be alone beware of community. But the reverse is also true, he says, let him who is not in community beware of being alone. Let him who cannot be alone beware of community. He will only do harm to himself and to the community. Alone, you stand before God when he called you. Alone, you had to answer that call. Alone, you had to struggle and pray. And alone, you will die and give an account to God. You cannot escape from yourself. For God has singled you out. If you refuse to be alone, you are rejecting Christ's call for you. And you can have no part in the community of those who are called. But the reverse is also true. Let him who's not in community beware of being alone. Into the community you were called. The call was not meant for you alone. In the community of the called, you bear your cross, you struggle, you pray. You are not alone, even in death. On the last day, you will be only one member of a great congregation of Jesus Christ. If you scorn the fellowship of the brethren, you reject the call of Jesus Christ, and thus your solitude can only be hurtful to you. He goes on and he says, we recognize then that only as we are within the fellowship can we be alone. And only he that is alone can live in the fellowship. Only in the fellowship do we learn to be rightly alone, and only in aloneness with God do we learn to live rightly in fellowship. And so he ends this day together. We would be unfruitful without the day alone, both the fellowship and for the individual. Let him who cannot be alone beware of community, and let him who's not in community beware of being alone. I hope that's helpful just as we think about our day alone with God, our time alone with him, and the important connection between that and our time in community with each other. Be blessed. Have a great day.